everybody, welcome to Fortunate Creations. I'm Kim, and this is a channel where we talk about everything to do with crafting. So from amigurumi to weaving and anything in between. If you like crafting and being creative, stick around. I think you're going to like it here. Happy Friday. Whoa, I almost said Thursday. Holy moly, let's not go back a day. Happy Friday. We made it to Friday Coffee with Kim. And I have so much to tell you about yesterday. It is just, it's going to fill up the whole thing. First, let me take a sip of my coffee because it's one of those mornings where I need coffee. So those of you that follow me on Facebook, you saw that I was up at 2 a.m. And if you got my quote, I was rewriting the words to that song, Breathe, 2 a.m. and she calls me because I'm still awake. I don't know if it worked. I don't know if it came across. But anyway, I was cracking up and it was 2 a.m. So it's just how it goes in my brain. So I have been trying to figure out something else to do with little teeny yarn balls. Haha. How about keychains? Here we go. Or could they be Christmas ornaments? Yes, they could. So there we go. I will be rolling a ton of little teeny Christmas ornaments or keychains or whatever. How fun is that? Oh, there goes one. Fritz will probably get a hold of that one. Fritz is my dog, for those of you that don't know that. So I got a bunch of these little clips, and I have many, many, many balls of yarn. So I'm trying to find stuff to do. So I think these are cute little projects, little keychains, or you know what? Oh, I don't have pierced ears, but what if, hold on, it'll tickle, but hold on, let me try. Here we go. Here's my earrings to match my shirt. Come on. Almost worth opening the piercing in my ear. Here we go. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Little yarn earrings. That happened. I actually think it's adorable. So there are many different ways. Can I clip? No, that would hurt. So I'm going to make these my earrings. I'll make them clip-ons. I'll make those my earrings since they've been in my ears. I won't put them anywhere else. So I've been making those. And then, as many of you know, I got that table that I customized for my Addy machine. And then I made myself a mini table for my mini Addy machine. And it's working quite perfectly. I had plastic shelf that I really couldn't find a use for. It is a 3-tier shelf. So I took the top tier and turned it upside down, measured it, and cut a hole. Let me see if I can get it over here without too much of a mess. So here's what I did. Here's the shelves, okay? And then the bottom shelf just has gum on it. So then I measured around there, and I cut it out, and I smoothed all the edges, and now I have a little miniature table for my 26, is it 26? 22, for my 22 needle Addy Express. So that being said, of course, now I want to use the Addy more often because now it's set up and ready to go at any time. So I've been challenging myself with different kinds of yarn. Will the Addy like it? Will the Addy not? Will both sizes of the machine like it? And here's what I've come up with. So, of course, I only made one of each, and I do have to make the matching pair, but I love these. So this is with the, is it 46? What needle? How many needles is this? Let me see here. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah, 46. I believe it's a 46 needle. So I made these with the 46 needle. They do not match, I know that, but I only made one of each because I'm testing the yarn. and they both work. This one was a little bit more catchy than this one, but they both work very well. So that was that. And then I'm going through all the yarn that I have that I got the other day that I showed you. If you saw that video where it was coffee with Kim and a treasure hunt. So I've been going through all of those yarns trying to find something to do with them. So again, I went with Willet Addie. Now, what I thought was just raw wool actually turned out to be Pierre Cardin mohair. Who knew? I had 2 black and 1 purple. And I'm like, what am I going to do with it? Well, ready? How about a nice slouch hat? Oh my goodness, I'm in love with it. And it used up all of it. And it's super fuzzy and soft, and I really love it. The only problem is I only have this much of the black left, and I'm wondering if I can use the small Addie. Believe it or not, the Addie loved this. I did not think by any stretch of my imagination that the Addie would like this, and it went through like a breeze. I doubled it, so it was 2 strands instead of 1. And it went through like it was made for the machine. So I have to admit it did do better on the bigger machine than it did on the smaller. I don't know why. But I'm going to try, and I think I'm going to try to make 2 of these to go with this hat. This hat is adorable. I love the slouch in the back. I love everything about it. Haha. And this, all I did was 100 rows on my 46 needle Addie, and it gives you the slouch. I was going to do it where you fold it through and do it double, but this is thick enough, and I really love the pouch on the back. So there it is. And yeah, I'm loving it. And what else? What does she have on over there? Oh, nothing. Look at her hair. So then I went on the YouTube, and I was trying to find other things to make. And here is a crisscross. Let's see if I can get this on here. Now, how cute is that? It's nice and thick, so it covers your ears and almost all of your head, but you can put your ponytail here. Let me try it. All right, let me see if I can do this. I don't know with my hair just cut. I don't know if I can do it, but let me out. I just pulled my own hair. I get mad when I pull my own hair. It's so silly. All right, let's see here. Got the ponytail in. Here we go. Pull it up. There you go. Ponytail. That way you can have on your little headband, and you can put this on the side, or you can put it in the middle. My hair's going to look great when we're finished. So there's that. Oh, I love it. Da, 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 ponytail. So what I need to do now is get just a bunch of those styrofoam heads with wigs and put these on it to show people at my shows what these are used for, right? Oh my goodness, I love this. Yeah, that's cute. Okay, so that was another thing I made. And love my hair. All right, it's a little better. Let's get this down. Okay, so that's that. And then one more thing. Now, I didn't actually tie the ends on this one because I just wasn't sure. So here we go. We got a little beanie cap. Okay, doesn't pull all the way down. It's just kind of like a little beanie cap. And then this is with the Malva. Okay. It's, you know, there's not that much in here, but like I said, there's a string on this because I didn't quite know what I'm doing with this yet. So did I want to leave it as a thin and almost make it like a tie, or you know what I mean, one of those tie, like you do it like, I know there's a way to do it. I know there's a way to do it. Or do I want to make it a crisscross where it's just more like a wrap, just to go like a cowl? So do I want to just take it and flip it through here and just make it like a knot? Ignore those strings. We'll cover them with my hair. You know what I mean? So I'm just not quite sure what I want to do with this. But I didn't have enough to make a scarf on the large Addie, but I'm thinking if I do another one this same exact width and connect them together, it might be really cute. So I'm going to take this one that's left, see what I can do with that. But this is a cute little hat. I made a little teeny pom-pom on the top. Probably for a smaller head, but maybe for a kiddo. And there we have it. Don't you love what I've done with my hair? So there, I love it. These are what I've been doing all day yesterday. So I'm starting to make a pile of things that I'm making. Set them up. And there's one more, I'm sure. Oh, yes. Actually, there's a couple more. So my brother, I'm dropping things. My brother's big into hunting. So there we go. Nice big old hat for his head. See if he wants that. And of course, a matching one for his grandson, whom he takes hunting, or for somebody that doesn't, because this is one where I folded it through so you can, you know, have the brim on it. So there's two of those. And last but not least, this is the hat that goes with this glove, which of course I'm going to make another glove, but I just haven't gotten there yet. Ta-da, the pair. See how the different colors. So that's what I've been up to. Now, the trick is going to be making another glove because it's the color changes so differently on, I have two different cakes of this yarn. So I've got to find where the color starts the same way as this one did. And this doesn't have any of the pink on it, but it does have the, it's going to be a tricky one. But so those are the projects I've been up to. You know, oh, and at 2 a.m. I finished this shirt. So there it is, all done. Finally, I don't have to work with that gray yarn anymore. I'll tell you what, I'm going to roll that into little teeny balls and make keychains out of that, because I'm here to tell the entire world that I do not like working with any yarn smaller than a 3. That was tough. That was really tough for my hands and really tough for my patience. So, yeah, I just did not enjoy it. And the thing is, I don't even know what yarn it is because I got it in one of my treasure hunts. And it kind of came like this. Yarn barf. Maybe I'll make a teddy bear yarn barfing. Oh, that's terrible. It's funny, but it's terrible. Yeah, so this is one of the yarn barf I will not be having my friend undo for me because I don't want to ever use it again. It's very soft. It's really a nice soft yarn, but it's just so thin I can't work with it. I mean, I just didn't enjoy working with it. Now I feel bad, like the yarn has feelings and I'm hurting its feelings. I am ridiculous. I know I am ridiculous. I could use it as hair on one of the dummies when I get them. They're in my Amazon cart, by the way, the styrofoam heads that I want to make, but I could probably form this into hair if I can't find wigs. Now I'm kicking myself because the other day when I went on my treasure hunt, there were 2 wigs there, and I'm like, oh, I won't need those because I've already got a couple wigs. Guess what? I do need them because I'm going to get more styrofoam heads for display. I don't know where I'm going to put them in here, but for display. You know what I need is someone to come in here and look around and help me organize. Like, I know I have wasted space. I know I do. So I need someone to come in and say, okay, this should go here and that should go there. I need a different pair of eyes. I think that's what I need. So a little DIY around the house. A couple weeks ago, Mr. Fortunate was cooking on the stove. He had the light on and the fan on, and all of a sudden it just went out. Stopped working. And we're both like, oh. So we thought that the fan plugged in. Sorry, my hair's bugging me. We thought that it plugged in the cabinet above it. So the next day while he's at work, I went up, took everything out of the cabinet and looked, and no, it's not plugged into the wall behind the cabinet. So I'm like, okay, so that means somewhere under and in and behind everything is where it's plugged in. So it needed to be fixed, but I wasn't ready to do it until yesterday. So I grabbed my gun and I climb up on the stove. Not my gun, my drill, whatever we call it. It's not a glue gun, it's a drill. I climb up. Now picture this. Remember, I have metal rods in my back, so I can't bend very well. So wherever I go, I'm sitting straight up. So I hope you can picture this. So we have a propane stove. And so I had to put something over it so I'm not sitting on the grates of it, right? So I put a huge cutting board down. And then I climb up on the stove and I'm sitting on the cutting board on the stove, looking up with this heavy thing at how to pull down that hood. Well, I see 4 screws. I'm like, okay, how hard can that be? So I'm thinking to myself, now you don't want to just pull out 2 and 2 because it's going to fall. So I did this one and then this one and held it. So now I'm right-handed. I'm holding it with my right hand. I'm trying to unscrew this other one with my left hand using the screwdriver. And, well, okay. 2 of the 4 screws dropped down behind the stove. Of course they did. 2 of them I had, 2 of them fell. Yep, so that happened. So, okay, I'm like, I'll deal with that afterwards. So now I'm thinking I'm just going to pull this out, see where it's plugged in, because you know how in some of the outlets there's that reset button in the middle. I'm like, it popped that because I had already checked all the breakers in our utility room. None of those were popped. So I'm like, okay, it popped. So I pull this thing down, mind you, still sitting on the stove, holding this thing because I don't know, there's nothing holding it up now except wires. So I'm like, okay, not a great idea. So I take the coffee pot and I jimmy it underneath so that the hood's not just hanging, something's holding it. And I go into the utility room and I turn off every breaker that says kitchen because I'm not going to electrocute myself. So, okay, woohoo, I'm smart, but now I'm working in the dark. So the only light I have is this one. Okay. I mean, it's not pitch black, but it's dark. It's in, it's in a kitchen up under the hood. So All right, I finally, okay, I move the coffee pot, I lower this thing back down, and there's no plug. It's hardwired into the house. I'm not an electrician. I'm like, okay, accept defeat. You're going to have to call the electrician. So now I have 2 out of 4 screws that I need. So I screw in the back corner and the front corner, again, using my logic that, and now I'm going scrounging in the house for 2 screws that'll work. I looked at one of the cabinets and I had one of those hooks on the side of it that wasn't being used. Screwed in. So I take out the 2 screws and I use them to hold up the hood. Woohoo, we're back in business. I go back, I turn on all the breakers, and I'm like, whatever, it's still broken. I'm going to leave it. So this morning, I don't know what possessed me. I reached up and I hit the light and it turned on. I reached up and I hit the fan and it turned on. I'm like, I don't know what I did, but apparently I am now a home DIY genius. We're going to go with that. So I fixed it. I don't know how. Me and my drill. So that was my DIY. Then I proceeded to go outside because I just needed to get out of the house. It was not a super warm day, but it was nice. It was like 68, sunny. So I finished mowing the entire lawn. And then I figure I'm going to go get the deck cleared off. So I'm out there. My first thing is take everything, clear it to one corner, sweep it all down, dust it all, wipe it all, and then put the furniture back the way I want it. Well, 2 things. I need new cushions. And then my fountains were broke. But anyway, so I got all the stuff I didn't need off the deck, and I got all the furniture back in place. Now the pergola over top, well, it's an awning, but I'm making it into a pergola. I'm using fake vines to make it looks nice. So I'm trying to string this up there. Well, the whole time I'm trying to do that, there's these 2 hummingbirds, and they are very interested in what I'm doing. So my feeders are about 2 arms length away from where I'm working. And these birds keep coming up, and I can hear, so I can hear their wings. And they're zooming me. And then they're fluttering right here, and they're like, what is she doing? And it was so cool. I was so happy at that moment. I was like, okay. And the funny thing is, I had just read an article in my Birds in Bloom magazine that says bird watching can elevate your mood. And it's absolutely right, because I found myself talking with the birds and smiling and this and that. So it was really awesome. The sad thing is that mood was short-lived, because I turned around and I realized that the slider, I left about this much open on the screen. And it's fine. Fritzy was out with me, and Stuart was out with me, our big black and white cat. Well, now I should say our older black and white cat. And then Willie got out. Now Willie is one of those skittish cats. He's never going to be the kind where you can just walk up and pick him up like Stuart is. So Willie, you got to coax. Well, now Willie's outside, and I'm like, well, that's fine, whatever. So I go on about my business, cleaning the deck and this and that, da 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 da. Time to go in. Stuart goes in, Fritz goes in, and I'm looking all over the deck. Where is Willie? Now I look, the gate is closed, and I have a fence inside the post so that the cats and nobody can get out. I'm like, did he find, because you know cats are made of liquid or something. They can get in and out of everything. So I'm like, where is Willie? So I am crawling under the greenhouse and behind and up, and he's not on the deck. Now I'm panicking, because Willie, like I said, is not the kind of cat one, you can call and he'll come, or two, you can see and go to and pick up. It's just not going to happen. So I spend the next 2 hours of my life walking up and down this road, up and down the river, up and down the road, in the woods, under both decks, in the garage, anywhere I can think of. I can't find him. So I finally go in the house to get a drink of water, and I'm like, he'll come back. I know he'll come back because it's all he knows. So I sit down at the table and I do this, and I look, and he's laying on the shelf under the table. He'd been there the whole time. I was like, ah! So that shot my nerve. So because while I know he would be fine, as far as he still has his claws, but he's never been outdoors except for when he was a baby. Like, they found him as a stray. They found him like at a greenhouse or something as a stray. So when he was a baby, he was out there, but since 15 years, he's never been outside. So, and we have other cats, we have coyotes, we have fox, we have pretty much anything you can think of, including bears, around here. So my brain, of course, was making me crazy. Find the cat, find the cat. Finally found the cat. There we have it. So I decided to sit down for the rest of the day and relax. And that's what I did. I grabbed that blanket that was given to me over the weekend from those wonderful people at the flea market. I grabbed that blanket because it was chilly by then. I wrapped up in it. I sat on the deck. I had a nice seltzer and watched the hummingbirds and hung out with Fritzy, listened to some music, and I just relaxed. So that was my whole day. I don't know if you're exhausted from it, but I'm exhausted from reliving it. But hey, at least I'm not bored, right? All right, you guys. Well, I have talked your ear off for long enough. And I do have a ton of stuff to do, including I have to go back to that Salvation Army and see if there's any more of this, because I really want to make a set of gloves and have enough to do it. So you guys have an awesome Friday. Remember, tomorrow morning is Live with Kim at 9 a.m. I did the poll on the community tab, and 71% said to leave it as it is. So I'm going to leave it as it is. Also going to start Tuesday evening, 7 p.m., create and craft together. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to take one of my crafting books. I'm going to find a project. The first week, I'm going to show everybody the project, talk about it, and then say what materials you're going to need. And then the following week, we'll do a project with it. Give you time to have all the materials, have everything you need, and we'll actually do the project right there together. I think it'll be fun. It's going to be a nice way for all of us to kind of hang out and make something together. And then I did just create a public Facebook page for the group, and we can all share on that. So I think we'll get some more viewers. We'll get some more input. And you know what? From other people sharing what they create, maybe we can get some more ideas and have some more crafting. You know me, be creative, right? All right, you guys, have a great day. Remember, always be happy, be kind, and be creative. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye, guys.